7 things successful people do with their free time. Firstly, let's examine the hidden hour that shape your future.
Not about your job, your goals, or your dreams, but about something most people overlook: your free time. You know, those moments when no one is watching, when the emails stop, when the classes are over, when you finally get home, kick off your shoes and think, I've got some time to myself. What do you do then? Because here's the truth: what you do with your free time says a lot more about your future than what you do at work. Your free time isn't really free, it's an investment window. And how you use it could determine where you end up 5 or 10 years from now. Let me show you how successful people think about their free time, not from a place of pressure or perfection, but from a mindset of purpose. Let's explore what they do differently, in simple terms, and why it matters so much. 1. They use their free time to learn. Successful people understand one powerful truth: learning doesn't stop at graduation. In fact, for them, that's when the real education begins. They pick up books not just to escape into fiction, but to open their minds. They read about business, relationships, psychology, history, health, or anything that stretches their thinking. And if they're not reading, they're watching documentaries, listening to podcasts, or attending webinars and workshops. They don't do this because someone forces them to. They do it because they're curious, because they know that a single idea from a book could spark a breakthrough. A 5-minute podcast could offer a new way of seeing the world. They see learning as a daily vitamin for the mind. And it doesn't require a classroom, a quiet moment on the bus, a walk around the neighborhood, a short break after lunch. These are all golden opportunities to feed their minds. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, they stay hungry. And over time, that hunger turns into wisdom. 2. They invest time in their relationship. Let's be honest. Life gets busy. Between work, school, and chasing goals, it's easy to lose touch with people we care about. But successful people don't let that happen. They make time, intentional time, for the people in their lives. They call their parents. They spend time with their kids. They meet up with old friends. They check in on mentors. They send messages that say, hey, I've been thinking about you. How are you? And no, it's not because they need something. It's because they value connection. They understand that success is built on relationships, that no one truly climbs alone. And something beautiful happens when you nurture relationships. You grow. You stay grounded. You gain perspective. You receive unexpected support. You learn from others' experiences. You don't need a big circle, just meaningful connections. 1 hour of deep conversation can feed the soul in ways social media never could. 3. They rest, but with purpose. Rest isn't laziness. It's necessary. But there's a difference between true rest and just zoning out. Successful people rest with intention. They don't use free time just to escape. They use it to recharge. They take naps. They sleep early. They unplug. They go for walks.
They sit outside and breathe deeply.
They understand their bodies and minds are their tools. Without rest, the tool gets dull. So they treat it well. And here's what they don't do. They don't overbook themselves. They don't glorify busyness. They schedule moments of peace on purpose. Even if it's just 30 minutes of silence, they guard it. Because in that silence, creativity blooms, clarity comes, emotions settle, and life becomes a little lighter. 4. They use free time to reflect and set goals. Most people drift. Successful people direct. In their free time, they pause and ask themselves, am I still on track? What's working right now in my life? What do I need to let go of? They don't wait until things fall apart to make adjustments. They make space to check in with themselves regularly. Some journal, some pray,
Some write out their thoughts.
some just sit with a cup of tea and think. And in those moments, they gain insights that no motivational speech could ever give them. Because those insights come from within. They also use free time to plan. They review their goals. They visualize their next step. They ask, where do I want to be in 1 year? And what can I do this week to move toward that? That kind of reflection isn't a luxury. It's the steering wheel of life. 5. They create, not just consume. Live in a world where it's easy to consume. Scroll, watch, swipe, binge. But successful people flip the script. They use free time to create. They write. They paint. They start small businesses. They make music. They cook new recipes. They build things with their hands. They don't do it to impress anyone. They do it because it feeds their soul. Creation brings joy. It brings confidence. It reminds you that you're not just here to observe life, but to contribute to it. You don't have to be a genius or an artist. Just make something. Anything. Make a moment meaningful. Make someone smile. Make progress on that idea you've been sitting on.
That's where your gift begins to shine. 6.
They take care of their bodilets. Keep it real. Health isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling strong, staying clear-headed, and being ready for opportunity. Successful people don't use free time to lie on the couch. Sure, they rest, but they also move. They stretch. They exercise. They drink water. They cook healthier meals. They take walks instead of scrolling endlessly. Not because they're obsessed with fitness, but because they know a tired, sick, or sluggish body makes everything harder. Energy is a form of wealth, and movement builds it. So even 15 minutes of movement can make a big difference.
You feel better?
You think better. You live better. 7. They practice gratitude and stay present-fully. Here's something almost magical. Successful people take time to be grateful. Not just once a year, but daily. In their free moments, they pause and say, "Thank you. Thank you for life. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for the lessons, even the hard ones." And that simple habit shifts everything. Gratitude makes the ordinary feel special. It helps them stay positive. It reminds them that even if they're not where they want to be yet, they've come a long way. It's easy to chase so many things and forget to enjoy life. But successful people stay grounded in the moment. They put their phones down. They listen when someone talks. They notice the colors of the sky. They taste their food. They live fully in the now. And that presence, that's power. Conclusion: your free time is a mirror. The next time you find yourself with a free hour, ask yourself, what can I do right now that my future self will thank me for? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fill every second with productivity. But if you could make one small shift a day, read a page, call a loved one, take a walk, write down your goals, move your body, say a prayer, or create something beautiful, then you are already becoming that next version of you. Because success doesn't begin when the spotlight hits. It begins with quiet choices, in hidden hours, in how you treat your free time. So use it well. Use it with heart. Use it with hope. Your future is waiting, and it's watching how you use today.